When did you realize you married an idiot? You know that moment when someone reveals a belief so absurd, so deeply wrong, that you start questioning everything you thought you knew about them? Yeah, that happened to me on the night I found out what my husband thought SVU stood for. My husband graduated from an Ivy League school, so normally he's one of the smartest guys I know, but every once in a while he'll do something so absolutely mind-bogglingly dumb that it becomes legendary in our house. It all started one lazy weekend when we decided to take turns picking TV shows to binge. It was my turn to choose, so obviously I went with a classic, Law & Order, Special Victims Unit, one of my all-time favorites. The second I said the title, my husband scrunched up his face and shook his head saying, "Nah, I don't think so. It's not really my thing." Now this was weird because I knew he enjoyed crime shows. I reminded him, "Come on, you love crime dramas. SVU is literally perfect." He hesitated and finally admitted, "Okay, I've only ever seen one episode, and it was just really weird." I had no idea what episode he was talking about, but I convinced him to give the show another try. Reluctantly, he agreed. We got cozy on the couch, started binging, and surprisingly, within a few episodes, he was completely hooked. He even confessed, "Okay, this is actually pretty good. It's definitely not what I expected." And at the time, I didn't think much of that comment. Fast forward weeks later, after several binge-watching sessions, we finally hit this one specific episode. The opening scene is tense. A concerned mother enters the precinct and tells Detective Stabler, "I need to report a crime. My daughter has been really sad lately and she's pregnant." Detective Stabler calmly replies, "Okay, how old is your daughter?" The mom says, "She's 22. Stabler looks slightly confused and responds, "Ma'am, your daughter is an adult. She needs to file her own report." But the mother insists cryptically, "Why don't you just come meet her?" Right at this moment, my husband suddenly sits up straighter. His eyes widen with recognition and he mutters under his breath, "Oh my God, this is it." On screen, Detective Stabler cautiously approaches the daughter. Her head's down, hair completely covering her face. He introduces himself gently. "I'm Detective Stabler." Slowly, she lifts her head, revealing that she has Down syndrome. At this exact moment, my husband scrambles for the remote, frantically pausing the episode. He turns to me, clearly embarrassed, but also kind of horrified. This is when he sheepishly admits, because this is literally the only episode of SVU I'd ever seen, and the show is called Special Victims Unit." I stopped him right there, and I completely lost it. I laughed so hard I nearly fell off the couch. My eyes were watering, I could barely breathe, and my husband just sat there staring at me, looking both offended and deeply embarrassed, but mostly confused. Through gasps of laughter, I managed to ask, "Did you seriously think there were hundreds of episodes dedicated exclusively to investigating crimes against people with disabilities?" He just sighed and admitted, "I mean, it made sense to me at the time. 3 years later, I still won't let him live it down."